Okay, amigos. So, up till now, we've just dealt with two commands, familiar commands, talking to people that are younger than you are or talking to your friends. So, two commands we've covered. They're a little tricky. You've been through them. Now we need to talk about usted and ustedes commands. Okay, remember the difference between tú and usted. Tú is a familiar way of saying you. Usted is formal. It's like talking to someone who's older than you, someone you don't know. It's like saying sir or ma'am. It's a way to show respect in Spanish. We don't have really that in English except to say sir or ma'am. So we've done two commands prior. So now we need to talk about the usted commands. So when you do an usted command, you're telling somebody to do something, please. You're being polite about it. You're telling grandpa, to, give you some money, please. You're going to be nice about it. So that's what an usted command is. Ustedes commands, ustedes commands are not, it doesn't matter if you're being nice or if you're talking to your friends or to people you don't know. Ustedes commands are for everybody. It's when you're giving a group of people a command and telling them to do something. So if you're telling a group of people, no matter who they are, adults, children, whoever, you're going to use the ustedes commands. Okay. So I want to go through those with you. This shouldn't be too difficult because you've done all the steps before. You just got to learn a little bit of a different ending here. So I've already put a little chart in there. We're going to get to that in a second. But for an usted or an ustedes command, you follow the same procedure you did for the negative two commands. Okay. The first thing you do is you go to the yo form again. You go to the yo form of the verb. Okay, so that's the first thing you have to do. Let's go back to our verb form that we used. I think we used hablar earlier, maybe. If not, we're going to use it anyway. Hablar and the yo form, yo hablo. Okay. Step two, you drop the O from the ending of the verb. Okay, so instead of hablo, you're left with HABL and nothing. Third thing, you add the opposite endings. Okay. But here's the thing. So now when you add the opposite ending, it depends if it's a singular or if it's plural. Okay. So if you're giving one person a command, if it's an AR verb, okay, you're gonna drop the O and you're gonna add an E. Okay. If it's a plural and you're telling a bunch of people to do something, you're gonna drop the O and you're gonna add EN. That's the command for the ustedes form, y'all. Okay. Then down here, I'll put if it's an ER verb or an IR verb. Okay. Just like you learned in the last one, in the last little video, last section of the module. ER and IR. If it's one person you're giving a command form to, you're going to use an A at the end. And if it's more than one person, you're going to use AN. Okay. So let's give a couple of examples here just to kind of try to help you out a little bit. Let's use the verb. Let's use bailar again. So bailar is to dance. So if you're telling your little brother to dance, remember you would just say baila. That was just the usted form. Now, if you're telling grandma to dance, you're going to say, go to the O, drop the O. So it's bailo. And I'm going to take off the O, and the opposite ending would be E. So you say, grandma, baile, baile. It's okay. If it's negative, it's the same thing. If you tell her not to dance, maybe she's a really bad dancer, you say, no baile, don't dance. Okay, so it's the same thing. Whereas in the to command, it was different. Remember, if it was a yes command, you had to do it one way, but if it was a no command, you had to do it a different way. This way, it's the same thing, yes or no. If you're telling more than one person to dance, let's say it's your grandparents, you want to tell them to dance. You go to the yo form, bailo, you drop the O, you add the opposite ending. For it's more than one person, bailen, dance. Y'all dance, bailen. Okay, you can even say bailen ustedes. Y'all dance. They're bad dancers, no bailen. Don't dance. No bailen. Please don't dance. Okay. Por favor, no bailen. Please don't dance. All right. An ER verb, comer. You want to tell your mom or your dad or some person you've never met before to eat. You got to be polite because you don't know them. You say, go to the yo form, como. You drop the o. You add the opposite ending, coma. Looks like coma, but it's coma. Eat, eat. Say don't eat. They've eaten enough. No coma. Don't eat. Telling a bunch of little kids to eat, you say coman. If you want to tell them not to eat, no coman. Don't eat. All right, well, let's do this. There we go. Vivir, live. We talked about this earlier. You want to say live in Locust. You would say vivo is the yo form. Drop the o. Add the opposite ending. IR verb, you add an a. Viva. Viva en Locust. Maybe you don't like Locust. No viva. Don't live. No viva en Locust. Don't live in Locust. Okay? Bunch of people. You want to say vivan. Whoops. Vivan. Live. Vivan in New London. Live in New London. No vivan is for the negative for a bunch of people. Y'all don't live. No vivan in Porter. No vivan in Porter. Okay? So there you go right there. The same things before we talked about with the negative two commands, GAR verbs, CAR verbs, and ZAR verbs have those spelling changes. Those spelling changes apply here as well. Okay, so if you're going to tell somebody not to, if you're going to tell someone to arrive, you're going to say llegue. You got llegue a tiempo, arrive on time. Sir or ma'am, because this is a command form. If I want to tell all of my students to arrive on time, I say lleguen a tiempo. Okay, lleguen, because I've got to do the G has to change to GU. If you've forgotten that, go back and watch the video that was before this one on the two commands. It's the same thing here with the usted commands. CAR for like buscar. You would say busque. Look for something. Buscar is to look for. Busque los llaves. Look for the keys. Okay. If I'm going to tell everybody to look for their homework, I would say busquen la tarea. Look for your homework. Busquen. And remember, Z's just don't get followed by E's. So if I want to tell you to start something, I say comience. That's a big one too, because that's got a stem change in it too. It's E to IE, comenzar, to start or to begin. E changes to IE in the yo form. So you got to catch that spelling change. In addition, you got to remember that the Z has to change. Okay. If it's plural, comiencen. Comiencen la tarea. Comiencen. Start your homework. Okay. And the same 5 irregulars from the last section are irregular here as well. Okay. Dar. When you make dar, you either say de, or if it's more than one, you say den, give. Okay, den or de. Ir, to go, it's either vaya or vayan. Go. Y'all go. Vayan. Saber, to know, it's sepa, or the plural form is sepan, to know something. Estar, to be. Este, be something, or estén. Y'all, ustedes estén en clase. Be in class. It's a command. I'm telling you to do it. Ser, the other form of to be, but this one's talking about your personality and be who you are, is either sea or sean. Everybody, when I was teaching, used to say see and Sean, but that's not right, obviously. Sea, sean. You could tell someone sea simpático, be nice, be nice. Okay, so those 5 have to be memorized. They're just like the 5 that were irregular in the -2 commands. So really the -2 commands and the usted and ustedes commands are all kind of formed in the same way. The affirmative 2 commands are the ones that are kind of on the outside. Okay. It's going to require a little bit of time for you to study over this. Use the textbook, look over this in the book, kind of familiarize yourself with it. Do the activities that follow, get you some practice in. Remember, if you get them wrong, it's okay. Do it over again. The practice is going to make you better. And if you really get stuck, send me a message and I'll try to help out. Okay. Buena suerte. Gracias.